and the lessons to be drawn, along with the party organization, its status, how it has developed, and particularly the 2 years of the COVID pandemic, how it affected, and therefore what are the immediate tasks that are required to be undertaken by the party. This is the broad framework of the report that will now be placed for consideration by the 23rd Party Congress, being held at Kannur, as all of you know, from the 6th to the 10th of April. That was the main agenda that was concluded. The second issue is the Central Committee strongly condemned the manner in which there are daily hikes in petroleum prices, and now today again it has been hiked by 55 paise per litre. This is the 5th hike that is happening in the last 6 days. Already the level of inflation in the country is high, very high, and all essential commodities that are needed for survival of the people, their prices are soaring. On top of that, these hikes will mean more cascading impact of inflation because transportation costs rise, and therefore the prices of everything will rise exponentially. This is something that is not acceptable. Therefore, the Central Committee demanded that the huge amount of central revenue collected by the central government through the cess and surcharges will mean more cascading impact of inflation because transportation costs rise, and therefore the prices of everything will rise exponentially. This is something that is not acceptable. Therefore, the Central Committee demanded that the huge amount of central revenue collected by the central government through the cess and surcharges on petroleum products, which are not shareable with the states, these cess and surcharges must be immediately withdrawn and the prices reduced accordingly to provide relief for the people. Demanding this, on the 2nd of April, all over the country, the CPIM units will organize protest actions with this demand that immediately scrap your cess and surcharges on petroleum products. Thirdly, the Central Committee expressed its deep concern over the sharpening of communal polarization, centering around the film of Kashmir Files. As far as the plight of the Kashmiri Pandits is concerned, since before 1990, that is around 1989, the CPIM has been in the forefront of not merely expressing solidarity with all the people fighting militancy or growing militancy at that time, but has also raised many issues and ensured some relief and rehabilitation for the Kashmiri Pandits and the others. Militancy is something that has to be fought by all Indians unitedly. By trying to whip up a communal polarization targeting the minorities, this will only do disservice in the fight against militancy. Because all communities have been affected by this militancy. Official data shows you how people belonging to other faiths, other than the Kashmiri Pandits, were also affected during militancy. And it was a united struggle of the people that actually controlled this militancy in that fateful decade. So therefore, our appeal, Central Committee's appeal, is to stop this polarization, which is officially being promoted with the Prime Minister himself advertising the film. Stop this deepening or sharpening of communal polarization, because this will invariably lead to the spread of an atmosphere of hate and violence, which will harm the unity and integrity of our country very, very deeply. So we want this to be stopped while expressing all our solidarity with all those affected by militancy. Our appeal is to unitedly fight this menace, and that is what needs to be done, not dividing people through such polarization. So now we move to the 23rd Party Congress, and then the Party Congress agenda and the discussions, and we'll draw conclusions on what are the immediate tasks and what is the political line of the party in the current situation.
But this silver line protests are going on in Kerala. So as a party general secretary, what you want to assure to the government, people of Kerala?
You see, the question of the Silver Line project is now under discussion between the state government and the central government. The Chief Minister met the Prime Minister. They discussed it. The Railway Minister, the Finance Minister, all of them are involved. So let us see how this discussion proceeds. There is nothing we can comment on it now. It's an issue between the two governments. And that we'll have to wait and see how this develops further.
But there is a lot of factors getting wrong day by day. And police is using
That is a matter that the Kerala government and the Kerala people will handle. There's nothing for us here to say. That is the Kerala government and the Kerala people. They are already handling that situation, and they'll handle that situation.
Do you, give any kind of instructions or taking
Central party does not interfere in any issue with any state unless the state asks for an opinion. So therefore now the point is that we are very satisfied that the Kerala government, LDF government and the state committee is dealing with the situation and is handling the situation.
But do you have any feeling that some extreme groups are in place in the situation in the name of Silver Line?
Only they will have to answer those questions. I mean, we don't have that sort of details here. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.